I'd love to learn just some of the wisdom that you've experienced and glean from you. Just whatever you want to share in this world of investing, because you've been doing it for a while, but you kind of had your hands on it even when you were a hockey player. Like you would, it wasn't like someone was managing everything for you. You were, you had a grip on it. I remember talking to you about that, where it's like, I'm not blindly going into stuff. I'm going to be involved in anything that we invest in. And now today you have more time to be able to look at it. And I'd love to know some of these lessons, these words of wisdom that you've experienced.
Yeah, I would say first, as you talked about athletes, the ones that run into the biggest problems are the ones that sign over power of attorney. Therefore, they have no say. Somebody can just randomly and blindly do whatever they want with their money. That's where I think a lot of athletes go awry.
And that's common. That's the scary
Yeah,
thing.
it's quite common, which is crazy in today's day and age that people still do that, but whatever. I think for me, just like sports and life, my biggest and most valuable lessons are the losses.
Mm-hmm.
You make investments, you lose money, you realize, okay, what did not go right? What did I miss? And then as you kind of extract and look back on how the deal came together, what you did, and you kind of learn. I began to create with my financial advisor, kind of parameters for each deal and what each deal needs to has to have in it in order for it to pass the stress test or the smell test, that it's legit and real and something that we're interested in. And yeah, you're going to pass up great deals, but you're going to pass up a lot of stinkers. And really, as we talked about, in my portfolio defense and in life, I already hit my home run. I already had my home run. And really it's about hitting singles and doubles. And in the process, you might hit a triple, you might hit a home run. But if you're hitting singles and doubles and you've already hit a home run, what does it matter? So, whether it's somebody with a company that sells and has a huge exit, I had a huge exit. I'm all set. And really, it's about living within your means and living a lifestyle that you're comfortable with, but under the guise that how much money you have, what your investable assets are, and how to live your lifestyle within that. And as it relates to athletes that you talked about earlier, it's just a matter of, as I was getting towards the second half of my career, it was really managing and understanding how much you can spend, how much needs to keep going back into the pot to keep growing it so that it's not going the other way. And really just managing, the spend and managing what you're putting out there. And then from there, reinvesting and doing all the things that most smart investors do, but understanding and keeping the investments that you're looking at. If you're not a real estate guy, but you're interested in real estate, find a real estate guy or a real estate company that you trust, that you can invest in their deals. We've done that. Find hedge funds or private equity that you're interested in, invest in those. Find, and really it's about doing your due diligence and looking into companies and getting introductions to people and things like that, to really just talk to people and learn more about what they do and be interested.